Hi, everyone. I'm Barb Alvarez with Church by the Sea. Thank you so much for joining us for our self-care lunch and learn. Today, we have a really cool lunch and learn planned for you. It's all about holistic interior design, how to make your space work best for your mental health. And here with us today are two designers, Daniel and Melissa from the Curated Home. Yay, I love these guys. Daniel has been designing spaces and arranging spaces since before kindergarten, and Melissa is no slouch. She is the busy working mom of two kids, and she manages a household, and she's got her partner and all of this stuff, and she makes it all work. So I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to turn it over to them. Daniel, Melissa, you're up.
All right. Thank you so much, Barbara, for that introduction. Hi, everyone.
And thank you to Church of Sea for allowing us to be on this series.
Yeah, we're very excited. I think we have a fun presentation in store. So we're Curated Home. We're a full service interior design firm, and you got it?
No, it's in. Sorry, guys. We're trying to move it to the next. Oh, there it is. Okay.
There you are.
So we're a full service design firm. We do anything from new builds to renovations to, a couple rooms to a bathroom, a kitchen. We pretty much do everything.
Yeah, we even do holiday decorating, which is my favorite. And we also do dinner party styling. So if you have like an intimate dinner party of, 4 to 8 people, and you have a theme, we can come in and work with you and set it all up.
Yep.
I want to jump in here and also say that you guys do closet arranging and arranging and all of that stuff because you guys have helped me and I am so thankful.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
All right. So, All right. So I'm Daniel Silverman, and like Barbara said, I've been designing and creating spaces since I was a kid. I know some of my earliest memories, I really organized, rearranged on a weekly basis. It was a pleasure to take everything out of my closet and reinvent a design, and just like it was my goal to just get as much in that closet as possible, as organized as possible, so it would look amazing when I open those doors. I loved seeing like all my hanging stuff perfect.
Was it by color?
My books by color, yes, of course, it has to be. One of my favorite classes was drafting when I was in middle school, and it was at that point that I went home, got a drafting table, and I drew floor plans and designed spaces pretty much every night. That's what I did instead of doing my homework and studying and reading the books I was supposed to. I drew, and I still have most of those drawings. I have a lot of doodles. So, it's my passion. Design and organizing is a passion of mine, and I know you don't hear that often. Most people do not like to organize. I love it. Melissa loves it. So it makes us a great team. I just love helping my clients feel good about their space. It's so important, especially today, because we're home a lot more than we ever thought we would be. And I know, we just, a lot of us do not feel good about the space we live in. And it's my mission in life to bring the best place possible for all of my clients. It's so important to love your space. I
kind of say working with Daniel is, how when you do a load of laundry and you wash it and you fold it and you put it away, you feel so accomplished, like you crossed something off your list for the day. Having Daniel come in and help you he's that for me. I really feel so accomplished to have somebody to come in and help and, put things in their place.
Well, you're a big part of that because you keep me organized.
And I'm Melissa Dibble. Daniel calls me Super Mom. I have an 8 and a 10-year-old, and they are the loudest children on earth, but I love them to death. They're very, they're into singing and dancing, and their life is on the stage, which of course there's no stage at the moment. So that's been hard, but a curated home has been great. You know, I'm very passionate about interior design and organizing and helping people create their cozy sanctuary. And Daniel, going to work with Daniel is, you know, being with my best buddy all day long. So it's like, you know, the funnest job on earth. It's been very interesting during COVID. We've gotten so many calls from, you know, busy moms and busy families because they're working from home and their children are at school at home. So we've been really focusing on how you can create a very organized space at home with what you have, and where you can all work in harmony together. So that's been one thing that we've really focused on during this pandemic.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes here is by Albert Einstein. Three rules of work. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. And I feel like it's so appropriate right now, especially being in a pandemic. You know, this is something I never imagined myself living through. And I know, you know, most other people feel the same way. And this is, it's a new way of life for right now. And we're adapting to new ways in every aspect of life. So it's pretty, I don't know, it's an interesting time, but you know, there's opportunity everywhere. As difficult as it is, there's opportunity. So that brings us into our biggest challenge today, which is COVID-19. I know we all know what that is, and we've all been living through it. I know myself, I was home for, about 3 months home, not doing anything.
Right.
And that's when I hit a lot of those projects that I had at home, a lot of unfinished projects. So it was an opportunity for me to get a lot done. And that's how we started helping our clients, you know, getting the same kind of things done at home. So this, you know, it's a new, hopefully temporary reality. We're home, we're facing clutter, all those unfinished projects. Remote working and schooling is just a new way of life at the moment. And
we're just trying to find ways of, like, you know, how we can you know, have a positive attitude and, like, you know, muster through this time and feel like, you know, the little wins are big wins.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So these are some of the things that these are some of the examples. We wanted to show you some of the things that we've done. So we had a client come to us. She's a full-time working mom. She's actually a physician. She has two children, and her kids were, you know, on quarantine. There was no school, still no school. And she had to stay home and do work virtually. So she didn't have a home office. So we created a home office. We got her a desk, and we helped set her up with a computer and the software for her to talk to her patients online. And then in the corner, we took 2 different corners in their house, and we created 2 desks for her children where they would have enough distance where they wouldn't bother each other during the day. And they could, you know, they're in 2nd and 4th grade, and we set them up with their headphones, and we asked them what they like. You know, one of them likes robots, the other one like race cars. So we set up a little corner in the house and had, like, you know, created a theme. And it really helped her, like when she was with her patients, that she felt comfortable knowing that her kids were in the corners, you know, and they were all set up, and, you know, technology wise, they understood, you know, where they needed to be. We helped even create a schedule we got this schedule from their teachers, and we set a little timer. So at 1 o'clock, they had to be in this class. So that really helped create a lot of, structure and organization for her. So she wasn't stressed out during the day when she was talking to her patients. She knew her kids were taken care of.
Or hope they were taken care of.
Yeah.
So then you can see here, she did not want to spend a lot of money. She really couldn't. So we found simple and inexpensive ways to do this. And each one of these desks, I mean, you're, a couple under $200 each. And that's really an affordable way to create some additional space at home. So another guy we helped unpack his home after he moved in like 3 years ago. He just decided that it was time to go through some boxes in a shoe closet. So he called us and we did. We helped him. We helped him unpack. I helped him set up his desk. And then we created some shoe organization, which was not difficult. This is the way he was.
This is before. And here's after. I mean, how nice is that? He actually knows what he has. He doesn't have to keep on buying new shoes.
Yep. And Mustard was happy also, happy to help. That's his little pup. So then we go to Lori. She had all the basics there. She just wanted some help pulling everything together. She needed to create a space for the family. Since everyone was home now, this was a project she just kept putting off for so long. And finally she called us. She's like, I need a flow. She's like, help me put a room together. So we did. We brought in texture and color and just a few fun things.
Yeah. It's really, she was so excited to be in this space. And, her husband is a great chef, and he loves that he has a beautiful kitchen to cook in, and then their son can be sitting on the couch watching TV while, they're in the kitchen. So it's been, they said if it wasn't for COVID, they probably would have not done this project for another 5 years. So it really has accelerated that whole process, being home and looking at their kitchen that was, and most of their utensils were still in boxes from 3 years ago.
Yep. Was he sitting on the couch or the sofa?
Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to say sofa. And
I just like sofa better than couch.
After years and years of saying couch, Daniel is trying to retrain me to say sofa. It's really hard.
All right. So I'm going to just move into clutter. This is a word that I don't like. I know it haunts a lot of people. Just taking a look at this picture, how does it make you feel? Does anyone want to make a comment real quick or not? It brings me anxiety just looking at this. I found this picture, and I mean, this lady just doesn't even know where to start. She looks a little confused, and it's overwhelming. It's really overwhelming. It's scary, and it's cluttered. So clutter definitely, it affects our mental health, and overcrowded spaces, overcrowded living spaces have had an effect on our health as far as we can go back. Our environments where we live, they have a huge impact on our feelings, on our performance, just basically on the way we feel, and the way we live our everyday lives. Seeing clutter all around us is mentally exhausting and makes us feel tense, says Sally Augustin, a PhD. And unfinished projects for me, I know what I have unfinished, and it's occupying a lot of space in my mind. And when those projects are finished, it's just such a relief, and you can I just feel the difference. I'm like,
yeah, wow. It's like a big black cloud, over your head. I feel the same way. I know I have a lot of paperwork that gets piled in the kitchen next to the espresso machine from the week of, you know, getting the mail and bills and everything. And within a week, there's so much clutter on my kitchen counter, and that I just like have to go through it and recycle and pay bills. And then I feel better, like starting my Monday, knowing that like I took care of the clutter on my counter.
And then next, maybe you can get your console over there.
Yeah. You guys don't see it, but we have a console over here, and it's actually the clutter is Halloween platters that I'm going to use tomorrow, so it's not really clutter.
All right. So you know, the way I like to start with clutter and the way I like to work with clients, we have this basic principle, you know, keep it simple. It can be so overwhelming, and most of us, you know, just think about it and move on to something else because we don't want to deal with it. But if you keep it simple and you take baby steps, just start off with like a small area. Just start off with, you know, the table at the entrance of your house, or even a bowl of junk if you have one.
Or your junk drawer.
The junk drawer. Yep.
Yeah, like something, you know, because it's overwhelming if you have a lot of projects and a lot of areas in your house that are cluttered. But if you start off, you know, with small areas, you know, it's a journey. You'll get there.
Yep. And I always like to say, you know, start off with something small that will have maximum impact. For me, I don't know. It's always by my front door, because I walk in and I just throw everything on the console. I have a tray, but I don't usually put anything in there until like later on at night when I'm like going through all my stuff. But just doing something simple like that, you know, I can go up to sleep feeling better, knowing that things are in their place. And same thing, even with making my bed, you know, I just have a rule, like I make my bed every single day, whether it's in the morning, afternoon, or even sometimes right before I get to bed. I always have to make my bed.
You make your bed before you get in bed?
Sometimes I have to. Yeah, I like to make it in the morning because it makes me feel better throughout the day. It really does. I don't know how to explain it, but yes, it might be a little OCD.
I wish I was like that. My bed is never made, but I also have dogs that really will unmake it if it's made. So it's kind of a lost cause.
Yep. So you start off with that one area, you declutter, get rid of it, and then guess what? You pat yourself on the back afterwards, congratulate yourself, because it's, you know, it's a small win. It takes a lot to declutter and get into the organizing mode.
So this was the after picture of that, you know, cluttered bookshelf that woman was looking at. And, you know, just seeing this makes me so happy. You know, it's color. It looks like it's organized by color and size.
There's order.
Yeah, there's order. So you can see, you know, you can find what you need easily.
Yep. Then here's another before. This is, again, this gives me a little anxiety. I mean, it's a huge space that's cluttered. And, you know, you take something so small like a tool chest. You do one drawer and organize it. And isn't this better? This makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Some more books, disorganized and then organized. Just such a better use of space.
Yeah. For
the mind, for everything, you know, peace of mind, I guess. So we have some solutions, big budget, small budget. It really, I mean, you can spend, you know, the sky is the limit, and you can also do things on a small budget. And that's where, you know, we help, I don't know, we come up with solutions.
Yeah, we do small projects, large projects. I mean, we are really in the business of helping people. And, you know, you really, I think, like, you know, people think of interior designers as luxury, But really, it doesn't need to, it doesn't need to be that way. You know, a lot of times we're buying items from Home Goods and IKEA, and it's just the way we put them in a place and mix them that you would think that, you know, we're buying from a high-end store. So, you know, that's the one thing that we really want to get across with when you hire a company, that it doesn't have to be high-end, you know,
a good mix.
Yeah.
I find a mix. I mean, I love, you know, if there's something I love, I'll spend money on it. But I know that, you know, in my own space, I have super high-end things. I have, you know,
antiques,
fun finds that were free. I have a mix of things.
I should interrupt too and say that you guys, before we move on to lighting, that you guys are going to give us a bunch of tips here so that we can do it ourselves too, because you know, some of us might have might be able to hire you, and some of us might just have to, you know, shop for those desks at the thrift store.
Right.
Yeah. So whether you hire someone or not, I mean, you're able to design a space, you know, and there's so much out there. We have access to so much out there, you know, and I love thrifting also.
Yeah. So go back. So some of the things that we wanted to talk to you about creating your own space is what a difference lighting makes. You know, like when you sit in a dark room, you know, it's depressing. Is the next slide the windows? Open your windows.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
So
well, I'm getting ahead.
Yeah. Lighting, for me, lighting is one of the easiest, cheapest, or, you know, least expensive ways to really completely change your home. And, you know, you flick the switch on and most of the time your bright light comes on, and that's how, you know, when you move into a house, it's pretty much standard. Replace the switch with the dimmer. I mean, you can spend $9 on a dimmer and it just completely changes your house. You know, the mood at night, even during the day, you don't always need that bright light on, especially if it's like a fluorescent light. You don't need that much light. I mean, we all like light. We all like sunshine. It's good for the mind. It's good for the vitamin D, but we don't have to sit there in complete bright light at night. You can have a dimmer and it completely changes.
And Barbara has a little light that is her favorite space.
I do. I absolutely do. I personally love light, you guys. And, you know, I like light spaces with a lot of natural light, but I did follow Daniel's suggestion and replaced all my lights with dimmers because, you know, that way I can bring it up or bring it down if I want to, you know, create a softer mood. And then I love fireplaces, but in South Florida, I can't have one. So Daniel got me a little incandescent light bulb, you know, those little Edison light bulbs that look like the brand, those
Mercury.
Those first light bulbs that were ever invented. And it's kind of gives off a yellow light. And I just turn it on when I want to feel warm and I want to feel cozy. Light is really important.
Yeah, it really is. So here's a good example of not a lot of great light, you know, but we also see there's like, there's a window and it's closed and the blinds are shut, yet there's a little light on, but you know, you open a window and let the natural light in. It's so powerful. What a difference. Wash those windows because I know windows get very dirty very easily, but it's so easy to clean up. You know, why don't
you tell them about the grocery store that you can buy?
You can buy a bottle. They have Windex at the grocery store, Home Depot. You buy a bottle of Windex, and if you can't reach certain windows or if they're outside, personally, I don't like washing my windows outside because I have iguanas around and I have a fear of iguanas. So I have a hose. I hook the Windex onto the hose and you can go outside and just spray it. And if an iguana is anywhere near, I can just spray it. But you know, it's a good way to clean the windows and you don't have to dry them or anything. There's a little nozzle.
Is there squeegee on it?
There's a nozzle on the bottle.
Okay.
And you spray it out.
Okay.
And then you change the nozzle and then it's just water, it rinses it. no streaks.
It
It's a
doesn't-
great way to
It
clean the
doesn't,
windows.
and you don't need to use a squeegee
Mm-mm.
at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Right.
That's the point.
Okay.
So add some accent lights also, and this is what we were talking to Barbara about. You know, this is, I don't know, I love this. It's a great way to just introduce, you know, a different light into your space. Whether it's on a dimmer or not, it should be on a dimmer, but doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be a ceiling light. I always like to add accent lights. It just adds character. It adds a little extra lighting, and
Daniel loves sconces, like places that I never would even think about putting a sconce. The other day we went into an entryway and he told the client, you know what, you need 2 sconces. And like, I couldn't really vision it. And now I've seen it, and Daniel was so right. It just like creates like a different mood, and it's so cozy when you walk into their entryway and you see this big, beautiful mirror with these 2 like little tiny sconces that just put a little dim yellow light. I love it. Makes a difference.
Light a candle or 2. You know, I know the holidays are approaching. I don't know if I'd recommend putting candles on the Christmas tree, but you can buy the flickering ones with the battery operated flickering ones, and they, you know, cast off the same amount of light, and I love them.
And you know what? I see them at Home Goods all the time. So at Target, they're like, they could be $20, but at Home Goods, I don't know if you noticed, they're like $7.
Sometimes even less. I mean, you can really, if you look for them. I know Big Lots also always has them, and it's you get a little tea light with a flickering candle, and you put it in a corner somewhere at night, and it's like, you know, it gives you a mini fireplace. It gives you that warm, cozy feeling, and it's an inexpensive way to do that. Another design tip that I use sound. I mean, whether it's a noisemaker that casts off like some rain, or I don't know, what are the other,
like beach sounds,
beaches,
waves,
nighttime. I love all those things. They really, especially at night, they just create such a nice ambiance. You know,
soft music too, guys.
Yeah.
Soft music in the background.
Yeah, soft music. Yeah. That's next.
Okay.
I know that when I'm working on a project or I really need to focus, I use Spotify, and they have like an instrumental music. So it's just like music you hear on the radio, but without the words, because if I listen to the words, I'm singing the songs and I'm not working. So it's just great in the background, like sound. It just keeps me focused, and I love the instrumental music.
Yep. And then look at this. I mean, this is like a vintage, it looks like an old record player, although it's new and it's attached to some nice speakers. It's such a, I mean, this is a statement piece, you know, it's a really cool way to play music. It looks good. And it's always nice to pop on a record or 2, you know?
Yeah.
Also, when I'm entertaining at home, I actually always put something on the TV. I'll go to YouTube and I'll put on some music, you know, just whatever it is you want to play. Usually they have videos also, and it's free, you know, YouTube. You just Google it. I have a smart TV. I guess you need a smart TV to do that. But if you have a smart TV.
Actually, can you put your phone? You have to have a smart TV. Okay, all right.
So, yeah. So I play a video, you know, and you have a video, you have the music, and it just adds that extra little touch. Add a water feature. Whether it's inside or outside, hearing water is just, for me, it's so soothing. You know, it really is. It's soothing, it's calming, and it's nice. And if you're not near water, we're grateful because we are in South Florida, so we are pretty close to the ocean. But if you're not, I mean, you add a nice fountain outside the house is, I mean, that's a nice way to do it. But you can get a little fountain somewhere even, and put that on a dresser, on a nightstand, or wherever you want.
Another thing is I don't know if you guys have heard about these farm stands, these hydroponic farm stands. I grow my own vegetables. You know, not in the dirt, but like in these, it looks like a tree, and you hear the water flowing every 15 minutes. So when I'm on the porch and I'm watching my tomatoes and my watermelon and all my greens grow, you know, it's peaceful because I'm hearing, you know, the beautiful, oh, sorry, I don't know why that's going up. Oh, that's it, Let Us Grow. That's the name of the farm stand. If you guys just saw that notification. But yeah, so it's great. I love the sound of water.
And actually what she's talking about, it's like a piece of art also. It looks pretty cool.
And guess who benefits from the most? My daughter's guinea pigs. They have fresh organic food.
Scent is another important component to a cozy, livable space. And I love cookies. I love anything sweet, but cookies especially.
Me too. Chocolate.
Yep. Baking a cake or some delicious cookies, obviously, that's like, who doesn't want that, you know? But it's even a way, just, I don't know, if you're ever entertaining or having people over, bake something before and they walk in and you smell that, you're just like,
Or at Christmas time when you have those, you know, the spices that you can put in boiling water on the stove, the cloves and, you know, I can't remember, what's that called?
You're burning boiling spices.
Yeah, there's a name of it. I can't think of it, but it's so, you know, it just makes your house smell like Christmas.
Yeah.
And pumpkin, right now, since it's, you know, the month of October, November, I've been lighting pumpkin candles every day. And I even put pumpkin spice in my coffee. So that's a nice little thing because I really miss, I'm from upstate New York and I miss autumn so much. So I try to create my little autumn down here in South Florida.
Yep. And it's fun. It's nice to do that. So again, you know, scents, burn some oil, light some incense, get a diffuser. They have, you know, all kinds from inexpensive to high end. Boil some spices, bake a cake. Scents also have, you know, we hear about like lavender, eucalyptus. We hear about scents all the time and how they help us. And we're not medical experts. We're not doctors. We're not going to say anything medical like that. But there is research out there that shows that lavender is best for relaxation and sleep. Eucalyptus helps with sinuses, and I love the smell. Peppermint treats headache symptoms and helps with nausea. Lemon actually combats the physiological signs of stress, which is a good one for me because I get stressed out sometimes pretty easily, which, you know, leads to depression and anxiety. And then citrus curb stress, anxiety, and digestion, nausea as well. So, I mean, this is all just, you know, an extra bonus of like introducing scents in your home.
Yeah, you can buy at Whole Foods, and I think even Publix sells the little oils, and you can put them in your water. You can put them in a diffuser. I know that I use lavender spray. I have a rescue dog that I rescued a couple months ago, and he had a hard time adjusting to living in a home. So I use lavender spray in his kennel and all around him just to relax him, you know, once he got here.
Textures. What a great way to bring some of the outside in, but also just to create, you know, an extra dimension. When I'm doing a design, I just love texture. I love how, you know, something like on this picture, the wood in the background against the soft pillows and the sofa, and then the rug. I love the way it all works together. So does he. I love this. I mean, look how cozy, you know, and you can get a throw just like that, or even a pillow or two, right, Barbara?
Absolutely.
I know you have one of those on this sofa.
I do.
One of those cozy,
fluffy pillow. I always like a fluffy pillow or two.
Yeah, one of the things that Daniel did for me is I love pillows too, but I'm always conflicted about what design, what's too busy, what's too colorful, and so he just came over with a bunch of pillows, and I picked some that I liked, and we put them on a sofa, and I have a cozy throw there on my sofa, and every morning as I'm drinking my coffee and I'm writing gratitude lists and I'm, you know, kind of having my quiet time before I start my day, that throw is always one of those things that I say thank you for, because it makes me feel safe and warm.
And that's what I like to hear. And that's, you know, you can, I'm not afraid of color. I'm not afraid of patterns. I love pattern on pattern. I love colors that some people say don't match. I have a different vision, you know, and I love mixing. And if that's something you like, go for it, because, you know, the interior design police is not going to come by and tell you you're doing something wrong. Well, maybe I will, but no. Just, I mean, look at the patterns and the colors and the textures here. I mean, you can really create something different with just a few little details like this. And then I always say, just add a couple pillows, you know, because without pillows, without a throw or two, you know, the sofa can be a little colder and not as inviting.
Yeah.
Plants, what an amazing way also to add elements of nature and I love to bring the outside in. I use a lot of these, like, I love little bottles and I love vintage bottles. It's such a cool centerpiece on a table to just get a bottle, stick different flowers in it, you know. And up north, I mean, I've spent a lot of time up north. I love being up north. You can just go outside and cut your own, you know, pick your own flowers. But down here, you know, we can't really do that. Yeah. Although
magnolia, like last week, Daniel and I were doing some work in North Carolina, and we stayed in an old home that was almost 200 years old. It was great. And the owner went in the backyard to this magnificent magnolia tree and cut off some branches and just put it in water in a really simple vase. And both Daniel and I were like, oh my gosh, like we see magnolia trees down here. That's a perfect idea for your home.
Yeah, another extra little touch. And we have so many cool bromeliads and exotic and tropical plants down here. I mean, look at this leaf. You know, you can go outside, you can pretty much find this anywhere. And you just cut it and stick it in a vase, and it adds it. To me, it looks like a piece of art.
Yeah.
You have a little of the outside in, and it's, you know, a little green that we all need, I think.
Yeah.
I love a little green.
Yeah. Oh, I love pine cones. I wish we had pine cones.
Me too. But see, again, just a simple little detail. We're not up north and it's not cold outside, but guess what? We can bring it down here just as easily.
Yeah, right? You can buy pine cones from
we can also do seashells, you guys, or sea sponges or things like our own version of that.
Yes. Yep.
That's right. With sand.
Seashells, sand. Yeah. Yep. I actually had I just realized that I had a photo to add with seashells. So thank you for reminding me about that.
Yeah.
Yep. And then here's a palm, you know, a simple palm on a white background. It's so pretty, I think. And then, you know, some more flowers, a pop of color.
The other thing is, you know, there's fake flowers, you know, have come a long way. I mean, there are some companies that are doing these just amazing, you know, I guess they're plastic flowers, or I don't know.
No, there's another word. I don't know.
Oh, okay, we don't know.
But they're
so real.
If you have the money to spend, I mean, you can get some amazing faux plants that look good. And here again, just add a pop of color, add some green. It just really
makes such a difference.
Yeah. Color, I love color. So in most of my designs, I always try to introduce color. And
pink.
I love pink and I love purple, and my favorite color is blue. And luckily, you know, I'm fortunate enough, a lot of our clients are open, and I've been able to add color to people's lives, and when they're not even, I don't know, a lot of it's funny. It's definitely, it's not an easy thing to do from the beginning, because most people are like, oof, that's kind of bright. But, you know, once I'm able to get in there and just like do my thing and show them what it looks like, you know, it's 9 times out of 10, I get very positive feedback and happy customers. So this is a clean look, but a little color, in my opinion, would enhance the look.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like I love the copper though. It's there, but
Where the lamp?
Yeah, the lamp. Yeah.
Well, we can do better.
Yeah.
So here's color. You know, paint a wall. You can buy $6, I think, at Sherwin-Williams. You can buy don't tell them this. They don't like a lot of sample sales, but you can buy a little can of paint, a sample for, I think it's $6.95. You can paint a wall. I painted 2 of my bathrooms at home with the samples. It's a really nice way it's an inexpensive way to add, you know, a big impact to a design or a room.
And I love your bathroom.
It's so pretty. So here we go. Some textures, some pillows, some patterns,
some plants,
green.
Yeah.
Yep. I love this space.
So pretty.
And then colors have, you know, colors have a big impact on the way we feel also, whether we know it or not. I don't know, there's some other studies about colors and how they
make you feel,
or can, you know, or just, they don't make you feel this way, but they help, you know, when you see a color initially, you just, your default is to feel a certain way.
Like yellow. Yeah. Yep. I was just going to say that piece, it just makes you so happy when you look at yellow.
Yeah. It's cheery. It's bright. Orange is known to be warm, inviting, and joyful. Red is like a high energy and high power color. Violet is, you know, known for creativity and artistic ability. I don't know why it's off the screen like that. Green is for balance, peace, and calming. And then blue is rest and calming also. So it's amazing what you can do, you know, just by introducing color into your space. You know, blue, violet, green.
You guys, and you don't necessarily even have to paint a wall. You could just bring in a pillow, like maybe in your desk area where you're working. Maybe you want some of that high energy, so bring in some red accents. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I'll show you. I mean, you can even, you know, a cup of colored pencils will bring in some color. It's really anywhere, you know, like the picture before, some roses, you know, just a little thing of roses, you know, that adds a big pop of color. Yellow, don't be afraid of it. You know, it's all these tips, you know, there's simple and easy ways to like really create such a cozy and a different space in your home with a little pop of color, a little texture, a pillow, just like you said it, even a pillow or two and a blanket will completely change the sofa. Lighting will completely change the room. My lighting, I would always start off with lighting. Lighting makes the biggest impact. That dimmer, I mean, you walk into your space at night and you just, you know, you put your light on half of what you used to, you're amazed at the difference.
Or even just opening the windows. If your space is gloomy and dark, opening the curtains and the blinds to get that outdoor light coming in is just a shot of it feels like that shot of sunshine just immediately has an impact on your mood.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I need it regularly, you know. I need that pop of, I need light, I need sunshine. So we, you know, these are some design tips, and we hope you guys will keep them with you. I like to say, keep them in your toolbox. I have a toolbox. It's a mental toolbox. I keep it with me at all times, and I use it in every aspect of life. And, you know, you keep these with you, and, you know, I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you, you know, just take one little space or you know, one little area in your house and just
just start your project.
Spice it up a little bit.
Start this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. If people want to contact you, I'm going to go ahead and tell them how they can contact you for, you know, maybe they have a question, they need clarification.
Absolutely.
Of course, if you guys have questions, you can put it in the Q&A box now. But let me tell you, follow Curated Home, Melissa and Daniel, at curatedhomeco.com. That's their website. You can follow them on Instagram at Curated Home Co. And on Facebook, same thing, at Curated Home Co. I loved the fact that you talked about making the bed. My brother-in-law, who's Italian, says his grandmother always used to say to him when he was little, if you don't make your bed from the get-go, your day will not go well. And to this day, you know what? I did not, as an adult, wasn't making my bed. I didn't have that, you know, I don't know. I didn't have that custom. And when he said that to me, that's it. From now on, I make my bed because I want my day to go well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That will inspire me.
It really makes a difference. Try it out, you know, try it.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that I wanted to ask you guys about, now people are working from home, kids are doing homeschooling. For example, I have all my stuff across my dining room table. But, you know, I have, you know, my living room set up in a certain way. If I stick a desk in a corner, it's going to kill my design aesthetic. You know, it's going to kill my look. Tell me a little bit about how I do that. How do I put a desk in a corner and not throw the whole room off balance?
Yeah. You know, we have to be a little more creative these days. And if you don't have that corner, you know, there has to be another space, even if it's a closet. You know, you can even open a closet and you know, I don't know if you have shelves. Everyone's closet's different, but if there's like a shelf or something, you can create a desk there. You can create a desk with a console. You know, if you have a console somewhere or a buffet. I mean, there's nowhere to put your legs, but you can. If I went in there or if I saw the space, I'd be able to help you a little with that.
One of the things that I have done in the past is I take a tray with all the books and things that I'm working on, and I just bring that tray with me and dip to different spaces in the house depending on where I want to work. But I have everything on the tray, a pretty tray that I found at the thrift store. And, you know, I have that tray with my pens and my books and my laptop, and I kind of just move it around wherever I need to go.
That's a great
idea. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Another thing that you taught me, Daniel, is that rugs make a huge difference, and they kind of frame a space out. So I was always nervous about rugs because I felt like, you know, you had to have them at a certain place in the room, right in the center of the room or whatever. And what you taught me, Daniel, was put the rug down and let that be the center of the space. So the rug will frame whatever you want to put in and around the rug.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. The rug centers, you know, the rug will center the room, or the rug, wherever you put it, will create that space. You know, so I know, you know, we're up here in Palm Beach County. So we have a lot more space. The houses are massive. So it's a little, you know, it's challenging sometimes to create that cozy space in such a big open space, but you do that with a rug, you know, just like you said. Thank you for reminding me of that. I mean, a rug is such a fun way.
A lot of the homes that they're building now, it's such an open concept. So, you know, the kitchen goes into the living room, and you know the what is it, the family room. So
like the great room, all open. A rug really, a rug is like a dimmer for me.
A rug and a dimmer. That's good. Yeah, those packed a big punch, you know, and we don't have to have a lot of money. Like, you know, again, I love thrifting. So it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It's just knowing which of the things pack a big punch. So you said the dimmer, the rug, maybe a can of paint, couple branches in a base, candles, open those windows, bam, there you go.
Exactly. You create a space that is completely different than what you had, you know, with those few simple steps.
Yeah, and boil cinnamon on the stove. There's another one.
Cinnamon.
So there, get that YouTube track of rain, or not rain, the beach. How's that?
The beach.
The ocean sounds.
Greece.
Yes, because YouTube and Spotify have those also, ocean sounds.
And on Thanksgiving Day, start playing your Christmas music.
After the Macy's Day, after Macy's Day parade.
No Macy's Day parade. So sad.
All right.
Well, we're creating new COVID traditions.
Exactly.
COVID's forcing us to find solutions that we didn't have to have before, but it's possible, as you've shown us now, because, you know, what you were saying earlier, Melissa, about that client that, you know, probably both of you guys were saying probably wouldn't have you done this project of setting up their home for 5 years. You know, we're now spending time together in the same space, and we're actually having to create these spaces that nurture us or not. It's a choice.
Yep. Yeah. We're having to think outside the box, you know. We're having to just learn as we go and create new ways to enjoy life home, you know, with I mean, and we're doing it, you know, I don't think it's going away anytime soon. It's just, we're doing it. So.
I was reading somewhere yesterday that sales of like, what do they call it? Tupperware have gone up, of cookware have gone up, things like that, things that people are doing at home.
Yeah.
So this is a great time.
I'm so grateful and fortunate. I'm very grateful. We're very busy. You know, we're busy because everyone, you know, now's the time to really step it up at home, you know, and just create that space, create that place for you to enjoy. And that's what your home should be. Your home should be a reflection of you. You should walk into your space and feel so good about it, no matter where it is. You know, if you have a studio, if you have a roommate, if you have a roommate in a studio, it doesn't matter. You should have that space that just makes you feel good at home. And you can do that. And you can do that with all the stuff we talked about today without spending money. You know, you really can.
Or spending money, whichever way you want, but you're right.
You can spend a lot of money and do it. You could spend a little money and still do it.
Yeah. Even tiny spaces can be beautiful.
Tiny spaces. And one of, you know, it's important to us also when we're designing, like we always try to use what's is in the space.
Yeah. We don't like to go in and replace everything, and we really try to utilize you know, what's already there and then just add to it.
Yeah. Wow, you guys, thank you so much. We have run out of time, but I just want to thank you so much for being with us, all the participants, for giving us your time, Daniel, Melissa, the Curated Home, Church by the Sea, for always providing these platforms to help us find solutions for, you know, the difficulties that we face in life. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Church by the Sea.
Bye-bye.